Okay, everybody, lords, ladies, gentlemen, and those who do not conform to the binary, this is, of course, the month of October, year of our Lord 2022, and I've got a plastic skull, which I've had for a little while, and I rather like plastic skulls because Halloween imagery, despite how you define it, is in fact quite a laugh, really. This is, of course, the Nick Dutch Tarot channel, Nick Dutch Tarot, Mind, Body, Spirit, Psychic, and all that kind of stuff channel. And therefore, it is traditional on this one particular season of October to do things which have generally a bit of a dark aesthetic. When I say dark aesthetic, I'm, of course, talking about the other side, world of spiritualism, and all that kind of fun stuff. An understanding of which I've been steadily building up over the time when I've been building this channel, and of course doing various different forms of experimentation when I was younger. I've developed much more of a questioning, experimental, experiential style, and therefore I don't tend to turn around to people and fill them full of superstitious fear and dread when it comes to the subjects of anything even remotely occultic. We are using today, as is again traditional during this period, the Travis McHenry Occult Tarot, which has demonic symbolism in it, which comes from sources such as the Lesser Key of Solomon and other varieties of grimoires. We have the Seal of Solomon on the back, which the superstition, the religion tells us is protective and instructive and controls the demons. You can believe whatever you want. Most people will probably not take the spirituality of this all that seriously, but we're just going to do a little idiomotor experiment, protected of course by the power of things which are supposed to be protective, whatever. So we now choose one at random. This is what we're going to do. This is the one particular card we're going to use. I'll tell you which connection it has to the tarot, because this is actually a tarot deck which has been designed with the Lesser Key of Solomon type imagery in it. It is Vine, V-I-N-E, from the Strength card of the Major Arcana. That's what it connects with. It looks a bit like a man riding a horse in the woodcut image. It looks a bit more like maybe a lion or a lioness's head on it, maybe. The information on the cards about his character says, builds towers or destroys stone walls, causes rough waters, finds witches. Right, okay. Although why a witch would want to invoke the spirit of Vine when Vine is supposed to be a bit of a witch finder general, I really don't know. Now, my academic research about the history of the spirits of the Lesser Key of Solomon and of Goetic Demonology is rather sparse in many different ways, so I'm relying upon you in the comments section to write what you know about the spirits of Vine, because I don't know anything really. I'm a curious experimenter, and I'm interested in different people's points of views, opinions, beliefs, and the rest of that about what all this stuff is, because like when it comes to the world of spiritualism, there's always going to be subjects which we don't actually know, things that we don't actually know. Some people say they do know, but others who've got a brain inside their head will say that there's still things we don't know. We've only got folk myths and personal experiences, and from that we're trying to build our understanding of reality. Anyway, that's all of the disclaimer and all the rest of it done. Now let's see what happens. Let's turn on the juice and see what shakes loose. To quote, of course, Tim Burton's creation. Right, here we go. Vine, are you present? Spirits of Vine, are you present? Yes. Okay, now for the YouTube studio audience, so to speak, namely you guys out there, when the planchette moved to the word yes, I did feel a certain type of presence. The character of this spirit Vine does not necessarily seem to be one who's got your best interest at heart. He seems to have, as is suggested by the card, strength and power, but also wants things to be his own way. So I think that if you were to negotiate with this spirit for the purposes of magic, let's say hypothetically, you may need to have something in place in order to keep the intention focused. That's just what I'm thinking. Now let's direct a few more questions to Vine. Can I ask you, Vine, How is it you destroy stone walls? T. H. R. It's always the same, isn't it? You know, summon a demon from hell. And the cat demands food. Sorry, Vine. You said the word there. What was the next word you wanted to give me? I. S. A. L. W. A. Y. Always. There is always. A. W. E. A. K. N. E. S. There is always a weakness. So do I take it that you exploit a weakness and then make things happen? Yes. Is the same kind of phenomena also in effect when you're trying to build towers? And I suppose the same could be true of the rough waters as well, and also the finding of people. Because it would just make sense that there's something small which needs to be adjusted in order to make it more likely that success will happen. Is that the way in which you operate? Yes. Can I trust you to do as I instruct you? No, and goodbye. Okay, so what can we divine, shall we say? What can we think through as a result of the answer that came out there? The character seems strong, powerful, but wanting things to occur its own way. So its character is like that of self-will run riot, isn't it? It's not necessarily that of always finding the best solution for yourself. So I suppose you'd have to have quite well-defined intention when dealing with this particular energy. But it's also, it appears energetically powerful. It appears that it's something that could have its creative usages, provided, of course, you could then keep your boundaries in control, and everything would have to occur in accordance with your boundaries. I mean, essentially, most of the understanding I've picked up over the years to how, hypothetically, things like magic and all the rest of that is supposed to operate, appears that the individual is radiating an intention, and the radiation has to be powerful enough to go against any interference which is holding back the intention. So everything you're doing in your ritual circle is essentially a poetic expression of what that intention is. And your instruction to your spirit or whatever could easily be an instruction to a part of your mind to release some energy from your energy field to go about the process of doing stuff. But the individual perceives everything through the filter of the mythology that they've absorbed over the years. Which means that things that they perceive through divination, or things that they project, is always being focused through that one particular intellectual filter, the way in which the individual has built up their mythological understanding of reality, which could easily be different to the actual forces at play, both through reception as well as through transmission. And therefore it takes a certain level of self-analysis to work out which particular ideas you want to put into your, as it were, magic, your divination, your whatever, in order to make it more likely that the right answers will come to you, and the right energy, which is programmed in the right way, can then be sent out to perform a task. But human individuals who are involved in all the rest of it, in magic, occultism, and the rest of that, focus too much on the mythology, the superstition, and the traditions, and they don't think about what could actually be happening energetically there. Either that, or they don't talk about what could be happening energetically there because they're so obsessed with like the selling of their particular religious tradition. That's a problem when it comes to the expanding of understanding about all these things. Either way, I hope you've had some fun, and I wish you all the best for the spooky season when it comes. My name is Nick Dutch. I'm a professional online tarot reader, available on keen.com, kumar.co.uk, the Fortunica app, Psychic Switchboard. I'm available on all sorts of fun things. You can go to my website, nickdutchtarot.com. You can go to my channel page and look at all of my previous videos, of which there are tons. You can use the search facility and search for things about the Ouija board, about tarot, about astral projection, you name it. There's tons of stuff there. Just watch my old stuff. If you like what I've been doing, if you like my entire history, nearly 15 years, is it 15 years? Maybe it's more than 15 years now, I don't know, of being on YouTube, and you value me as a person, there is a heart-shaped super thanks button which you can click on, which is down there somewhere, and you can give a poor lowly little fortune teller boy a couple of quid if you want. What else can I tell you? Subscribe, click the bell, click the thumbs up, and all will be well. And I wish you happiness and joy during the scary season of scary things.